Dr. P.K. Sharma, they have already told all the new recent amendments which have been hit. So my lecture will not last more than 15 minutes. So before that, I have a group activity for you because the morning we are sitting there. We are not even changed our places. So I would request that please form into groups. For 5 minutes we have some group activity and then I'll start my lecture. So please form four. Yes, four together. Four here. So we just have some activity for you. So that we wake up finally. Just together. You can just discuss and fटाफट this of all. The time of your long है कम. At least you can talk and interact. Morning से चुपचाप बैठे हुए सारे. बहुत बढ़िया है, बहुत बढ़िया. Mostly in group activity. For 5 minutes. 5 minutes for that. Everything has been covered, so it will not be a problem. An assessment will be also done now. Let's see this group scores the maximum. Okay, fine. Each word, okay, because one word can take your answer. We found five falls. Okay. We found out in first 10 how many falls? First 10 questions, how many falls? First 10 questions, how many falls were there? First 10 questions, only 2 falls. Okay, group 4. Group 3, how many falls in first 10? 5 falls. Okay. And last? 5 falls in first 10. Okay. अब true बता दो. Next 10 में 11 to 20, how many truths were there? How many truths in 11 to 20? 7 truths. Okay. 7 truths. 8 truths. 9 truths. Okay. So we are still lacking in spite. All have come there. Okay. So first 10 all were false. All were false in first 10. It's okay, doesn't matter. And all were true in next half. 11 to 20 all are true, and 1 to 10 all are false. Okay, so the answers will come now. Okay, so I start with my presentation. You can see my answers during the presentation. So you all be attentive now. Maybe 50%. Okay, shall I start? Okay. So that will be quick. So I'll not waste time. So for one drug, 13 years and $1.78 billion are spent. So, and this is the regulatory control in India. So Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Ministry of Chemicals, Fertilizers will after the pricing, Ministry of Commerce for general patents, Science and Technology for CSI labs, and Environment for recombinant products. So regulatory system in India. And Drug and Cosmetic Act was developed in 1940. Rules came in 1945. Please remember, Cosmetic Act deals with imports, manufacture, distribution, and sale. 4 things. They basically provide powers and provision that government have the power to stop the adulterated drug, to stop the form of misdrugs, whatever is there. And rules provide us the procedure for conducting various trials. So in 1998, it was the first time the Schedule Y was formed, and it made the requirements for clinical trial in India. And that time phase 3 was must for the new drug to be conducted. And phase line was brought that if a drug is outside country in some phase 3, then it has to be done in phase 2 in India. But again, this got obliterated. The global leap, it was in 2005 when the amendment of Schedule Y was done. So here the clinical trials, phase 1, 2, 3, 4 were clinically determined very properly, which is exploratory, which is therapeutic, which is confirmatory trials. GCP responsibilities were mentioned. Then documents were properly mentioned about ICF, EC approvals, SAE. And the phase lag that in India, if it is coming drug, it has to go behind one phase, that was obliterated. If the DCGI feels, it can start on the same phase. These rules we should be aware of, and the red I have highlighted are the amendments that have been included now in DNC. Okay, so one by one. So 122A, basically I have highlighted import. So please remember 122A deals with import of new drug, and DCGI is the licensing authority. And 44 forms come everywhere. Import, export, you'll be here, manufacture. So 44 form will come, and 50,000 is the fees. Okay. And the DCGI may grant permission to import new drug also based on public interest if the data is available from outside, if it is not in India. 122B deals with manufacture of drugs. Again, regulate licensing authorities, DCGI form 44, and 50,000 is the fees. And if subsequent has to apply for the same drug new formulation, then 15,000 is the fees. This red I have highlighted that under control of CDC-ACO. So permission for clinical trial to import new drug, to conduct and to manufacture lies with CDC-ACO. Whereas license to manufacture, distribution, sale lies with the state government. 122D deals with permission for fixed dose combinations. Again, DCGI is the licensing authority, 44 form, and there the fees is 15,000. This is 122DA, permission to conduct the new drug or investigational drug trial. So DCGI is the licensing authority. Then phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So these are the fees: 50,000, 25,000, and 25,000 is the form. No fee shall be required by the central or the state government institutes for conducting academic research. No permission from DCGI, this has already been told, for conduct of clinical trial only intended for academic purpose and not for regulatory permission. And if it has got IEC approval and not for, and if he doesn't submit to the authority for permission. And if IEC thinks that there is some overlap, it can inform to the DCGI, and DCGI, if it doesn't respond within 13 days, then it is met that it is approved. Definition of clinical trial earlier was in 122 DAA, now it has been shifted to DA. And I hope this is simple. So it was in 2015, it was again amended. And then global clinical trial, investigational new drug and new chemical entity. Then compensation, lot has been talked about compensation. The subjects are entitled for when there is adverse effect of investigation product, misconduct, use of placebo, failure of IP, then any procedure involved in the trial, in utero, harm to fetus, and adverse effect because of concomitant medication, excluding standard of care. In 2014, I have written down when they were included. Amendment was made. Then free medical management should be given to the subject as long as it is required, or till it is established that the injury is not related to clinical trial, whichever is earlier. MCQ में later है, whichever is earlier. And in any trial-related injuries, financial compensation should be given as per the order of DCGI over and above the medical management. If there is no permanent injury, then the quantum of compensation should be with the commensurate with the nature of non-permanent injury and loss of wages. I'll come to the formula later. The sponsor, whether it is the company or the institute, have to give an undertaking for paying the compensation if anything happens to the participant. So, free medical management as long as required for trial-related injuries, medical cost plus compensation, and death compensation to the nominee. These are the factors that pay part in compensation. Three factors, as sir has already told. So, age factor F, R factor, risk factor, and base amount is B. So, age is 16, it is taken as 228.54, and 65 is the age of retirement, what is usually considered. So, that is 99.37. In formula, you will be saying that again. And this factor R, 0.5 for terminal patient, then high risk, moderate, low, and healthy volunteer, and the base amount is 8 lakhs. So the compensation for death formula is 8 lakhs into age into risk oblique 99.37. So for 16 years old person, terminally ill 9 lakhs, and 67 is 4 lakhs for terminally ill. For injuries, the formula is C into D into 90. C is the quantum of compensation that will be given in case of death, so that we have to calculate. And D is percentage of disability. Okay, so if disability is 100%, then compensation automatically becomes 90% that was to be paid in the death. Okay. And for reversible SAEs, so compensation is 2 into N into W. So M is minimum wages per day for unskilled worker in Delhi, and N is number of days for hospitalization. So compensation has to be paid for congenital anomalies or birth defects. Medical care is okay, and half of the base amount in case of compensation rupees 4 lakhs. It was 8 lakh base amount. Here it is 4 lakh, and some lump sum amount should be kept in the bank as fixed deposit, so that the interest should be half of the minimum wages of unskilled worker in Delhi. So that much amount should be kept as fixed deposit. Same principles apply to pharmaceutical industry or academic institutes, and so government needs to create fund for the trial related patients if it is a technical institute. Then in 122 DAC, clinical trial must be in accordance with Schedule Y, and first patient, it has to be registered on the CTRI website before the first patient is enrolled. Then CDCO will inspect about the clinical trials, and if it is found that they are not complying with Schedule Y, so it will be suspended, cancelled, or debarred. And SAE reporting should be as per the timelines, and this was not covered. So, in case of death, the report has to be sent in the red color. In case of SAE injuries, it has to be sent in the blue color. Other SAEs in white color. These are the timelines So investigator within 24 hours should report the sponsor, ethics committee and DCGI. Then sponsor and investigators separately, they will send to the ethics committee, head of the institute and DCGI. Ethics committee, after report analysis on SAE and quantum of compensation, they will within 30 days inform DCGI, and within 150 days they will pass the orders and give it to the sponsor how much quantum of compensation has to be paid, and sponsor will pay within 30 days. So this was of SAE. In case of death, this is the only additional thing that is added. The independent expert committee will be formed by the DCGI, and DCGI can send the reports which has to be sent by the ethics committee, investigator, sponsor. He receives reports on all this, so he can send it to the independent expert committee for review and causality assessment and content of compensation. Earlier it was that independent ethics committee was in center and all the reporting, so that has been removed. Informed consent already covered. Amendment in ICF, sir has already covered. So these all should be there in ICF and GIS. If they are not according to the GCP, so it can be cancelled under Rule 122 DB, and appeal can be made within 60 days if the trial has been cancelled or suspended. Ethics committee registration 122 DB, and the application for registration DCGI is under Appendix 8 of Schedule Y, whereas analysis of SAE is under Appendix 12 of Schedule Y. And validity of registration is only 3 years, and then it has to re-register before 3 months of expiry. Here the appeal is, in case the CDSO suspends the EC, then again appeal can be done by the ethics committee within 90 days. 60 days tha, here the ethics committee has 90 days to appeal. And all the records have to be kept by the ethics committee 5 years. Definition of new drug. This word pharmaceutical has been added in 2015. This is one that has not been used extensively in the country, and any significant changes will not be recognized. And any approved drug which is now proposed to be marketed with modified or new claims, indication or dosage form is the new drug. Fixed drug combination of 4 more drugs individually which were approved earlier, but now you are combining in the fixed ratio, again it is a new drug. All vaccines and RNA, new drug. And a drug shall be continued to be a new drug till 5 years. What has been omitted is inclusion in ID, Indian Pharmacopoeia. Because this was there, either 4 years or Indian Pharmacopoeia, whichever is earlier. Now Indian Pharmacopoeia has been deleted, omitted from there. So it is only 4 years. It will be a new drug. So this is a summary of regulations from 2005 till now, what has been there. So this I told you in 2005 was the major amendment that is done. Devices, cardiac stents, heart valves, intravenous cannulas, they were included as drugs in 2005. Then SAE reporting, 2013 it came, again it changed in 2015. Then audiovisual recording has been covered. Here investigators was only for 3. Then it becomes 16 that they were revoked back, it was revoked back. Now clinical waiver can be done in case of national emergency, extreme emergency, epidemics, orphan drugs. Then medical device may not need phase 1 studies as per the amendment in 2014. Then independent ethics committee should be registered by CDSO to see the bioavailability and bioequivalence studies. And then again 2015 regarding SAE reporting and compensation changed. Then in 2015 vulnerable population and NC rules came in. In 2016 that investigated initiated trial do not need the permission of DCGI for conducting research. Whatever academic institute research we carry, we do not need permission from the DCGI. Then in the 3 trials that investigator was there was revoked back in 2016, and also the condition that trial cannot be conducted at a site less than 50 beds was also revoked back in 2016. And in 2016 that no approval from DCGI is mandatory for technical condition, and then online registration of clinical trials should be done before the enrollment of first. So this is I complete my lecture. Any questions?